Hello everyone, my name is Ryan if you don't know me, and I write under the pen name Austin Moon, and I just published my first novel. I'll put the cover right here. It's called 100 Miles Until I Love You. It's an road trip romance with enemies to lovers and a couple other fun tropes. And so yeah, I just finally published. I self-published on KDP, and today I'm just going to talk about kind of how it went as my first time publishing a book, as someone who's wanted to publish a book for a really long time, and I'm also pretty young. Just to let you know, I'm 24, and so I just hope this can inspire other young people who want to publish their books to know what to do and what not to do. This isn't going to be like a guide or anything. This is just me talking through my feelings about publishing and how I feel that it went. And yeah, so let's get into that. So firstly, I know a lot of writers who want to publish kind of get stuck in the spiral of like, do I self-publish or do I traditionally publish? Because those are usually very different ballparks. To traditionally publish, you have to send out query letters to get a literary agent, and then from there usually your book is edited again or picked up by an editor at like a publication house, and or then your literary agent sells your manuscript to, or shops it out to like different publishing companies, and then they all kind of bid on it, or something. That's what I gather that it is from watching other people's videos, but I'm definitely not an expert on traditional publishing. I've always known that I wanted to self-publish and not traditionally publish because I really like the control aspect of self-publishing. It's, you know, it's a give and take. You get more control, but you also have a lot more responsibility. I know a lot of people kind of crap on traditional publishing. Everyone keeps saying like traditional publishing is dying and stuff, which I don't really believe. I think it really depends on what you're writing as well. Like a lot of middle grade and YA authors that I know, they do better in traditional publishing because that's where the genre market is, you know. Like, you're not going to get your books into the Scholastic book fair by self-publishing. Like, you have to traditionally publish with Scholastic in order to get your book in front of all those children. So if that's something that you really care about and you write middle grade and you really want kids to be able to buy your books at book fairs, then maybe look into traditional publishing instead. Because yeah, like I said, it really depends on the genre. Like if you look at Kindle, romance is the top selling genre, which it is, I believe, the top selling genre everywhere, but especially on Kindle you're gonna get a lot of romance, you're gonna get a lot of paranormal. Obviously fantasy is now coming up in the ranks. And there's a lot of like micro genres, but I'm not really discussing that. So yeah, it just really depends on what you want to do. I've always known that I wanted to do self-publishing, and I write contemporary adult romance, which is perfect for Kindle and self-publishing. So yeah, I decided to go with KDP. And the process was both easier than I thought it would be and harder than I thought it would be in different ways. So the actual process of uploading your book is actually surprisingly simple. If you already know what you're doing, like obviously you need to plan stuff in advance, but actually like uploading your book, uploading the cover, clicking all the boxes that you need to fill out really doesn't take that long. Like if you've pre-planned everything, you can finish the whole process in like under 10 minutes if you want to. The longest part is actually the wait time afterwards. Because I'm a new author, they say it can take up to 72 hours to review and process your book, and so I just published the ebook first, and now I'm doing the paperback. I decided to do it separately just because it was my first time and I really wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing correctly. So yeah, the ebook took about, they say it can take 3 days, and it took about 2.5 days, so it almost took the full 3 days. But I know from other authors and authors here on YouTube that most of the time it takes much less than that. A lot of them say it takes less than 24 hours for like your second book once you're already established. Once you've been like in the system, I guess. So yeah, for this book I decided to do like a very hard launch, meaning I didn't do a big book launch. I didn't really do much marketing, you know, leading up to the book coming out. I kind of just started new social medias for my pen name like the month it came out. And yeah, on that, my pub date was supposed to be May 28th, but because this was my first time, I really underestimated how much time it was going to take to do a lot of the finishing details, like specifically the formatting and then the review process after upload. So I believe I uploaded my ebook manuscript and figured all that out on, it was the night of the last day of May, so I think that was May 31st. And since it took so long to review, technically I have a pub date of June 2nd, which is not exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to come out at the end of May, which was kind of supposed to be the point. So yeah, definitely next time I will be prepared, and I want to have everything done at least a week in advance. The formatting and the uploading and everything, just so that I know it's going to be there correctly and publish when I want it to. But specifically for my next book, I will be doing a pre-order and I will be doing an actual launch. So my next book, I might put the cover here, though this isn't exactly the official announcement of it, but this is going to be coming out. Rough Waters is the title of the book, and it's going to be coming out on July 16th. And it's the beginning of June right now, so that gives me a month and a half to figure out everything I need to figure out before I publish it. So as far as the formatting goes, I already had vellum because my mom also publishes books, and so I got that for free, which is really nice. And so I used vellum for my ebook. And vellum is extremely simple. I watched a few videos here on YouTube about how to use it, but it's very simple, it's very user-friendly. And yeah, so you kind of just choose the different like stylings of how you want it. And I'm also an illustrator and a designer, so if you didn't know, I illustrated the cover for my book, and I also got to design the inside graphics for the book. So I think I'll put it here. I designed the title page. I put a little bike because this road trip romance is a cycling road trip romance. And on each of the chapter headers, I did a custom chapter header art. It's like a little forest with some trees, and I thought it turned out really well. And an advantage of using vellum is that I know those graphics are going to be like fixed in place, and no matter what device you're looking at it on, whether it's like a Kindle or a phone or whatever, I know it's going to be formatted correctly because I did it through vellum as opposed to a different platform. And then yeah, that's how I did my ebook. That was super easy to upload. You just download the EPUB file and then upload it to Amazon, and then the cover is just a JPEG. And then for the paperback, that's a little bit more work. I don't have Word, but I watched a lot of videos on how to do it on Word because that seems to be the most common way of formatting your paperback. And so I actually used Pages, which is basically the Word for Mac, and it was surprisingly easy. A lot of the features on Pages is very similar to Word. There was only a couple places where I sort of had to figure it out on my own. I was really proud that I figured out how to number the pages correctly. I did a footer, and you have to do a section break after each chapter because you don't want the front matter to be numbered, but you want the rest of the pages to be numbered, but you don't want the number to show on the first page of each chapter, which is a little complicated because you have to do a section for each chapter and make sure it doesn't show the number on the first page, which took me a little bit to figure out, but now that I know, it's perfect. And I've been thinking about maybe making a video about how to do that, because when I look on YouTube, there's a million videos on how to do it on Word, and there's no videos on how to do it on Pages, which I feel like a lot of people are Mac users and have Pages. But I know Word, I feel like Word is very industry standard, especially for traditional publishing. If you do anything with traditional publishing, you basically have to use Word, even if you're a Mac user, which I know gets complicated. So yeah, that took me a little bit longer to figure out the paperback, but I figured it out. I uploaded it. It's literally just a PDF, and then the cover is also a PDF. And I've ordered my proof copy, so that's coming in like 2 days. So I'm really excited for that. I'll definitely show it when I get it, but I'm hoping to be able to publish that as soon as I get it done. And as far as pricing, I'm not going to go into it too much about how I figured out the pricing, but I put my ebook at $3.99, and I'm planning on putting my paperback at $13.99, which is actually crazy because when you break down the figures, that means I'm making $3.99 on that book, because it costs almost $5 to make, and then Amazon takes about $5 for their cut. So I'm basically making the same amount of money on the paperback as I am on the ebook, or not exactly, because obviously you don't get $3.99 when you sell an ebook. I think I get like $2.70 or something because of fees, download fees, and whatever. But yeah, that's how I did the paperback, and it turned out really well. Or I'm hoping the proof turns out really well, but it looked really good on the previewer. And yeah, that's how it's gone so far. My book has been out as of filming this video for 2 days, and I've virtually done no marketing. Like I said, I set up new social medias, but I haven't done too much with it other than like this YouTube channel and my Instagram and my TikTok, which I've like barely touched, and I have virtually no followers on. But the first 2 days of my book, I've already sold, I think, 3 or 4 ebooks, and I already have like 500 or 600 page reads, which is really cool. Like I said, since I'm doing a hard launch, I didn't put really any marketing pre-launch into this book, but I will for my next one, and I'm going to be putting a lot of marketing in afterwards. I just feel like it's way easier to market a book once you actually have it already on Kindle, and you can say, go buy my book, here it is, go over there. Or with a pre-order you can do that same thing, but when there's nothing there, it's kind of awkward. Like, I guess follow me and my book will be coming out soon, but I can't show you the cover or the title or anything. So yeah, that's how the first couple days of my publishing journey has gone. I'm super excited to publish the next one. I'm really hoping that this can be my lifelong career, as I've always wanted since I was a child. And so yeah, I already have a plan going. I already know all 5 books I'm going to be publishing this year, and the order, and so I'm currently editing my second book, which is going to be launching July 16th, and that's going to be called Rough Waters. It's another contemporary romance, sort of rom-com, and I'll be talking about it more during the month as I sort of ramp up to launch that. And I'm just going to keep marketing on this first book as, and again, it's called 100 Miles Until I Love You. It's an road trip romance with enemies to lovers and other such fun tropes. And so check it out on KU if you want to. And yeah, that's kind of it for this video. I just wanted to talk about how publishing has gone as a first-time debut self-published author, especially in the romance space, which is a little bit more niche than just contemporary romance. So yeah, it's going pretty well, and I might make an update video maybe like a month after publishing, just to go over my month's stats and how everything is going. And so yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. And leave a comment down below if you're a writer. Tell me about your project or your self-publishing fears. You can ask me any sort of questions. I'm a fountain of knowledge, but obviously I'm a new author, so you know, I'm just trying to get my feet in the water and trying to do my best. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.